Hi, so in today's video, I'll be sharing 4 brand messaging mistakes that could be hurting your business. Number 1, being too vague. We talked about having a value proposition or being able to write for a specific problem in the previous video. Remember that example about the generic medicine versus the generic and cheap medicine versus the specific medicine that is addresses a specific headache and cures your pain in 30 minutes. So it's important that when you are writing your brand messaging, to write to a specific customer and to a specific problem that you're addressing for the customer. That makes it very clear for the customer to identify whether, hey, am I the right fit, or is this the right product for the problem I'm facing? Being too vague happens a lot because we try to appeal to everybody and end up appealing to nobody. Number 2, talking too much about yourself. Clarity is one thing. It's important to be very clear of what you offer to that specific problem. And at the same time, you need to realize that this is not about what you offer. This is about how you can make your customer's life better, right? So I can say I am a web designer. I create beautiful websites. That is me explaining what I do. Or I can phrase it in a way that appeals to the customer, or think about what is the need for the customer. I create beautiful websites for companies like you so that you can create a professional online presence or something along that lines. Think about what is the need for the customer. Don't talk about yourself. Talk about what you solve for the customer and what is the need for them. Number 3, industry jargon. Instead of saying I'm a web designer, I could say that I am a web designer and developer who does HTML, CSS, PHP, JavaScript, and all that tech stuff. But from my experience, my customers don't care what technology I'm using. They want the result. They don't want JavaScript. They don't want animations. They want a professional online presence that appeals to their customers. So, are you using industry jargon that puts your customer off, or potentially could put your customer off? Like, they don't understand it anyway. So write in the perspective of the customer. Make sure the customer can understand what your message entails. Lastly, no emotional connection. So humans, like it or not, we are all emotional creatures. We buy on emotion and justify with logic. So if your message lacks emotion, it won't stick. So tap into your audience desires, fears, and dreams. Appeal to their emotions first think about the promise that you provide and how it alleviates their pain and provides them pleasure. The problem is one thing, the pain is one thing. The problem is the surface level, right? They don't have a website. There is a problem. The pain is that without a website, they won't think of, so what? You have this problem, so what? I don't have a website. So when I go to business meetings, I will not be able to do proper business development, or if I hand out my name cards, they don't know the people I talk to during networking sessions, they don't know where to find me and contact me or something like that. So think about, so what? Same thing for the promise and pleasure. I'll create a website for you. So what? Think about the pleasure that they will get when they embark on your solution. So these are the 4 messaging mistakes that I want to share today. See you tomorrow.